Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Faithful Fridays, TGIF. I hope everyone has had an amazing week. What a week it's been in the Midwest. I'm talking about a week full of excitement, uncertainty, solar eclipses, and so much more. Oh, how glad I am to see Friday. Today's temps are a little bit lower than normal, but I won't complain because the doom and gloom is coming to an end soon. Yes, yes, yes. Talk about the weather and what it does to me. It makes me tired. It makes me sleepy. I want to take more naps. It's a little bit more hard to be focused, but I am so glad to be here to tell you it is Friday and I made it. And I know that you made it if you're watching this video. This weekend, we're expecting temps to reach a high 70s. I think Sunday we're supposed to hit 77. So I'm going to hold on. You hold on because guess what? Better days are ahead. This week, I just continue to command my morning, exercise my boundaries, protect my peace. And sometimes that was just literally learning to hush. Nuggets were flying all over the place this week. And I was doing my best to catch them all day, although some days were harder than others, just to be focused. Again, the weather can sometimes leave us feeling very distracted. Wisdom has continued to teach me and help me to not repeat the same mistakes. And also, we grow through what we go through. We honestly do, guys. We grow through those things that we go through, and we're supposed to grow through them so that we don't keep going around the same mountain over and over again. Boundaries has continued to teach me that fractured people, they seek out people that are fractured. And whole people, they seek out people that are whole. Just like we can experience a fractured arm and it becomes too weak to be used properly, we can become fractured in our thinking and we don't have the ability to think in a healthy manner. We can become fractured in our feelings and our emotions and we don't react in a healthy manner. We can become fractured in our doing and we just act up. That's the bottom line. We just act up. We've got to know who we are, so that we don't lose ourselves in the fractured reality of others. We do. We have to get to a point where we know what our trigger points are, what sets us off, what makes us good, what makes us not so good. We can't live our lives to, unfortunately satisfy the unrealistic demands of others. And it's deep and it's something to think about. One of the things that I've really been stuck on for the past couple of weeks is just emotionally immature. We sometimes can be emotionally immature. Sometimes we can deal with others that are emotionally immature. The way that they respond is in a selfish manner. I know that I had started to notice it very heavily, maybe about a month or two ago. And I never really knew what title to put on it, but I did some research and I was doing some study on emotionally immature individuals and how they can react sometimes, how they shut down or they manipulate you with their response and how they react to certain things when you tell them no. And, it felt good to be able to put a title on it, that sometimes we emotionally can be immature. And that is an area that we need to grow in. That's why it's so important that we renew our mind daily. And for me, that is through the word of God, reminding myself that there is no day, no challenge, no obstacle that I will face that he won't be with me, guiding and leading me to my next. And as long as I remember that, I can stay at peace in my environment and with those that are surrounded by me. I also discovered this week that I have to learn to settle in a more comfortable routine. Yeah. Can't be all over the place. I have to evaluate those things that are truly important, and I have to eliminate any and all things that complicate my existence without being beneficial. This is a time to simplify your life and become stronger in your thought process. Just think, spring is on the brink of full swing. And summer is right around the corner. And we know that once summer hits, we're getting invitations that are being sent to us at an alarming rate. I know boundaries won't please everyone, And often they won't be applauded or appreciated or help us to keep everyone happy. It just won't. However, what our boundaries will do is abolish the notion that having limitations and needs are selfish. We can accept that not everyone will be happy with us. And guess what? That's not a bad thing. I've been talking about that for weeks. I lost a lot of people in my life. And the right ones when I started saying no to those things I didn't want to do, those things that I didn't have time for. And it's okay because I know that those relationships were conditional. They were conditional. And we have to accept that, we can't please everyone. We just can't. This week for me, honestly, it was my support system that kept me going. I had some days where I just flat out got weak. I wanted to get in my own way. I wanted to be in my own moment. There were times I even shut down and I just didn't even have too much to say, but my strong support system, they came along and they reminded me how to fight, not physically fight, but how to fight back, how to order my day, how to praise my way to purpose, and reminders that I have come too far to turn back now. Even on days where I find myself frustrated, I have come too far to turn back now. This is just a moment in time that I'm having, and that I will get through this, and that this too shall pass. I realized by midweek, I want to say Wednesday, the time wasters that continue to pop up. And old does life send us some time wasters to distract and destroy us. I had to put back on my garments of victory. And when I looked it up, like, what are my garments of victory? Well, some of the things that I was able to recognize, my garments of victory are compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and being patient, forgiveness, love, unity, peace, remaining thankful and grateful, operating in wisdom and gratitude. I had to remove my clothes of defeat. Again, I keep telling you guys, I had some hard days. And when you're talking about garments of defeat, those garments that you want to put on, anger and rage and malice, slander, being negative, we have to pay attention to our internal responses, and being grounded is what's most important. And it allows you, and it does become your guide. It literally will guide you to a better you, a better version of you, and being able to operate in your best manner. I was reminded by a nugget this week when I was just, watching some online ministry, that the prize is not the process. The prize is who we become in the process. And so a lot of times when we're going through some things and we're not being cute and we start to act ugly, we have to realize, what is this grooming and growing us to be? And just remember that, change is very uncomfortable, but it is who you become through the changes that are being made in your life. I know for me, I have to stay in God's presence when my mind begins to race, because it's a distraction. And again, those are time wasters of what if this doesn't work out, or what if this goes left, wanted to definitely keep it short this week. And I leave you guys with, because most of us are entering our disconnect, is, your days have to be ordered. You have to have the ability to prioritize your day, push back the noise, and discern the distractions. That was a big thing for me this week. Prioritizing my day, figuring out what I needed to get done, pushing back those things that were making too much noise, and discerning what was a distraction. Effective time management is figuring out what to invest your time in and on. As with financial investments, you got to ask yourself, what is going to be the ROI? What is the return on investment for the time that you're yielding, the time that you're putting out there, the time that you're spending on something? Time spent is a cost, and you have to be mindful of the benefit that you're exchanging for the time that you're, the cost that you're incurring. Be careful that you don't become overwhelmed, that you don't try to fix everything all at once, because we can't. We're human. And your strength is the ability to be patient. I know I talk to my daughters about that a lot. When, they get to that moment, they're feeling overwhelmed and they say, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to get this and I got to get that. And I tell them, just take your time. You can't do everything at once. I wish I had my planner, but I don't have it handy dandy right here by me. But I live life off of a planner. And there's lots of things that I put in my planner for the week, and I do not get a chance to get everything done. And guess what? That's okay, because we have 24 hours in a day. We've got 7 days in a week, and some things just aren't going to get done, and they may have to find themselves on the list for next week. But again, I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Prioritize what is important, what has to be done, and the rest, it can wait. Whatever things need your attention, they can wait. You have to continue to, consider your boundaries, consider the consequences of not having boundaries, and have an accountability system. Get some accountability partners in your life that are going to remind you. Again, y'all, it was a good week. It was a good week. I got me some little glasses handles because I kept losing my glasses. That's when you know you're getting older, when you got to have things to help you keep things in place. So, yeah, if you're looking for the guys, you can find us this weekend at the AMP 16. We will be at the AMP tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We are coming up on the last 2 weeks. Yeah, there's about 2 more weeks left. But you can find us there tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We will have all of your sauce and barbecue treats. But yeah, I hope everyone has a phenomenal weekend. As always, let your light shine. I don't care how anybody feels about it. Your transparency is leading to others being transformed. You won't be perfect all the time, but you will grow through the process and become your best version yet by putting your best foot forward each day. And most of all, by organizing your day, prioritizing those things that are important to you. This has been your girl 7. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and you know the drill. I will see you soon.